Hey guys, Entom here. We've been pretty busy with stuff this month, whether it be for down the line or just keeping the channel supplied with content for the current month, and there is plenty to talk about. Most of the things I'll be discussing today are good, but some are not so good. I'll try to cover both sorts as quickly as I can, since I know you have better things to do with your time than to listen to some nasally commentator ramble on. Without further ado, let's get to what you may have missed from HellfireComms in April. First up, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX. Mexi and I returned to the Zelda scene to take a look at one of my personal favourites, and indeed the very first Zelda title I played, and since the game itself wasn't as long or as epic, shall we say, as Twilight Princess, we were able to cover the entire thing in 12 parts, a month's worth of updates, essentially. Give this one a look if you want some Zelda commentary from us that won't take you over 2 days to watch, and the next Zelda game we'll be covering later in the year will be Wind Waker HD for the Wii U, so stay tuned to that. Moving on to Pokemon Omega Ruby. The playthrough's on its penultimate month now, and we're rapidly approaching the endgame. In April, we took on the final gym leader, Wallace, in the Sutopolis City Gym and claimed the Rain Badge. Travelled to Evergrande City, fought our way through Victory Road and met up with Wally for a good old rival battle. Having defeated the green-haired Bishy Boy, we moseyed on over to the Pokemon League itself, stocked up on supplies and stepped boldly through the doors to our first opponent, Sydney, the Dark-type leader of the Elite Four. Knocking him down with the power of Magician Red's mighty kicks, we moved on to the second Elite Four member, Phoebe, the Ghost-type leader. She put up more of a fight than Sydney, but not by much. Pretty creepy setting though. Next up on the Elite Four SmackDown was Glacier, the Ice-type leader of the Elite Four. Sadly, much like Sydney before her, she wasn't all that tough. Tangled is better than Frozen, by the way, just thought I'd put that out there. The final step in our Elite Four challenge, Drake the Dragon Master, was fairly tough, but thanks to Rolling Stone's unshakable determination, even Salamence could not stop us. Finally, we stepped through the colossal doors into the light and met up with a champion of the Hoenn region. And if you didn't guess it was Steven, clearly you've not played enough Pokemon games. His Pokemon, especially Mega Metagross, forced us to think on our feet, but in the end his usage of Giga Impact sealed his fate, and in the turn it took him to rest, Magician's Red sealed the deal with a Fire-type attack and won the match for us. May showed up, blustered about for a bit as she is wont to do, and then we promptly ignored her and entered our Pokemon and ourselves into the Hall of Fame. And then the credits rolled, our journey complete. Or was it? No, indeed it wasn't. The post-game kicked off with the Delta episode. This story revolved around a mysterious girl named Zinnia, a meteorite threatening to destroy the world, and the best legendary ever, in our opinion, Rayquaza. There's a lot of backtracking and to and fro in this story, so I won't go into detail here. Well, give away the conclusion of the arc if you haven't seen it. But aside from THD being salty in the first few episodes, again as he is wont to do, it was a fun time overall. And that brings us up to date for Pokemon Omega Ruby in April. It will be having its final month in May, so come back on the 5th, where the post-game continues. We decided to cover another Mega Man game this month, and what luck, it's one I can actually beat with relative ease. That's right, Mega Man 2 got the HFC treatment. Everyone and their mother pretty much knows the deal with this one, so I'll spare you the pretentious recap where I gush about a retro game. Suffice it to say, it was fun to record, and with any luck we'll be doing Mega Man 3 in a few months' time. HellfireComms and BrainscratchComms teamed up once again to cover the second DLC pack of Mario Kart 8. I was joined by Ryan and Johnny for this one, and we covered both cups and the new 200cc mode. As an added bonus, we also uploaded the stream where I tried out the DLC pack for the first time, and I was joined by Flame for that one. You can find all of the vids in the playlist for the opening days of Mario Kart 8, so check it out. Finally, before we get to the sad announcements part of the video, let me remind you of Richie's Bayonetta 2 solo run. It's still going strong, airing on Saturdays and Sundays, and will run until about the end of June or so, if I plan things correctly. Might not be everyone's cup of tea, but give it a shot and I'm sure you'll agree, it is certainly a series of videos that are hosted on the internet. But seriously, it's cool, check it out. Alright, let's get the stuff out of the way. After months of agonising and having to deal with schedule slips, personal problems and such, we have sadly decided to axe HFC Smash Saturdays and Mario Kart Mondays. This was not a decision made lightly, but right now, and I'm speaking for myself here, I don't feel capable of planning or executing efficient community events, and especially in the case of Smash Bros. This doesn't mean we'll never play Smash or Mario Kart again with you guys, but for the time being we're going to be doubling down on playthroughs as well as movie and television episode commentaries. We apologise, but that's just the nature of the beast and some things sadly cannot be helped. The other cancellation I need to announce, and this one is strictly related to schedules, is the Hell Dragons run of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure the 7th Stand User. Believe it or not, he is actually a busy guy behind the scenes, and while he would have loved to have continued the run, he just doesn't have time to do so right now. Thank you for checking it out, but we do apologise for the inconvenience. Now that the sour stuff is taken care of, I'd just like to announce a few more details about the Nintendo-thon before we wrap things up here. The marathon will now be taking place in August, and I'd like to announce some of the games and events we'll be running. In regards to the games, you can look forward to seeing Super Mario World, Kirby Triple Deluxe, Super Castlevania 4, Mega Man 6, Star Fox 64, Metroid Prime, and Pikmin 3, among many, many more. We'll also be showcasing a Mario Kart 8 and Smash Bros for Wii U tourney where Hellfire, BrainscratchComms, HBOR and Find the Computer Room clash to see just who is the best at either racing to win or smashing to win. And that brings us up to date for HellfireComms in the month of April. Despite the disappointment I know some of you may be feeling in regards to the community events, I can assure you there's plenty to look forward to in regards to HFC in the coming months. In fact, at the time of this recording, I can announce that we've got videos ready for the entirety of both May and June, so there'll be no delays at all. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you again at the end of May for another HellfireComms recap video. Bye bye for now.